Upon reaching level 12, you gain access to the Tactical Ops Lockdown Zone, meaning higher risk, higher reward. To enter, you need an equipment price of 100,000 and you need at least 20k to enter. Now let's run down the farm map to see where and what you should be looting. Now I do want to say that most of the loot spots are relatively the same as the normal game mode, with some few exceptions. And if you're not already aware of the normal loot spawns, look top right, as that is a link to the first video. But anyways, let's get started. Making our way to the southwest side of the map at this house. You have a crate on the outside that you can loot. Coming in. Again, keep in mind that crate is new for the lockdown game mode. Coming up top, you have a suitcase. Sometimes stuff spawns in this drawer. Sometimes spawns stuff on this table. Sometimes on the washer. And sometimes on here on these cabinets. But we're gonna move to the next house, the southwest farmhouse. Hopefully, the local populace doesn't shoot at me. So making our way into the southwest farmhouse, you have a duffel bag. Come up the stairs. I'm slow walking as there's suppressed gunshots. You have a jacket and something that usually spawns on that counter. Now when it comes to the grain trade center, most of the loot is the exact same from normals, or most of the loot spawns is the exact same, but the loot of course is going to be a higher tier, higher chance of higher tier spawns and things like that. Now at the graveyard, there's loot scattered throughout the graveyard, like on the graves itself and things like that. Usually there's scavs and a player spawn here. Okay, bro. And you wonder why this video takes so long to make. Can I just get one good spawn so I can give this video? Oh, please. So making our way downtown, walking fast, we come to the lake. We have the boat with the standard loot spawns. Now there is a chance of getting a key from the jacket. And of course high tier loot spawning at the bow. The tip of the ship. I don't know ships. I guess that's a bow. I don't know. Then you find yourself at this yellow house right here. High tier loot spawning here, an S-pipe. Come in here, under a high tier loot spawn. Jacket could have a key, could not. Big money, big money. And I have depression. Alright, keep moving on. We of course have our premium spawn right here, with weapon attachment spawning on the outside of it as well. You have some random loot spawns in the garages, a duffel bag, sometimes a key. Keys can spawn from anywhere, any jackets, but typically it's going to be from bosses is the highest chance, at least that I know. And if you made it this far, make sure to subscribe. 2010, 612, whatever the grid is. Just right here on this rack is a chest, a toolbox with higher tier loot in there. Then we're gonna sneakily make our way around to finding ourselves a airdrop container right at 2090-599 right here. This is a static spawn for lockdown. Now at this airdrop container, opposite of that right here is another airdrop container. Hopefully we can make it all the way over there alive in this one raid, but chances are pretty low. Now coming to this van, it's still relatively the same spawns. You have the weapon crate, you have the grenade chest, but you get another extra chest in the lockdown mode, and of course something spawning in the passenger chair only sometimes. Now following the wall from that van, you get one luggage right there. You get an ammo crate and this trailer. Then making our way to this box right here. Again, right here, where you get some pretty decent loot. Now from there to this military van again, it's another ammo crate. From that, at this telephone tower, sometimes there's loot that spawns there, not always. The loot spawning on that telephone is completely random and by chance. Now something to note, in here, another little box here, another premium weapon chest there. As you can see, it's moved from there and placed there. An extra box right there. Loot that spawns right next to this barrel, armor. Then sometimes loot is going to spawn behind the hay bales. And then another crate there. From there, we're going to try to make our way to the south wheat field over here to try to show you the airdrop container. Don't shoot at me, don't shoot at me, don't look at me please. Just a visitor, just a visitor. I'm not a threat, I'm not a threat, I'm not a threat. Then as you can see, we have the airdrop container right here. Opposite to the other one on the other side, which is over here. Again, the airdrop containers can have some pretty good loot, so try to remember about these two spawns. Again, right here, and right here for lockdown. Then over here, right here at this compound, or this little stables, we have another ammo box with some ground loot spawning in these two tents, or what is it, plant nurseries, and some people shooting. Okay, after I was so rudely interrupted, we're gonna continue this way to the helicopter crash, which of course again is gonna have the airdrop container. Then making our way up top to loot spawning on the floor of this. Not always, but loot does spawn up there. Again, at the heli crash, you have sometimes loot spawning on the ground here. Then inside, and then another loot spot, sometimes in the cockpit, but it just varies. Now making our way to one of these last compounds near the storage. Again, typical in garage loot. Floor spawn in that duffel bag. Then continue, we have another toolbox. Scav spawn in there. The more loot ground spawns in these storage containers over here. Then of course on this table, gunpowder, and a nice another spawn on top of this bed here, and a random scav. Then inside of this warehouse you have one toolbox, two toolboxes, and then floor spawns in these containers. You didn't have this house with the luggage. Oh, duffel bag. Heard your loot spawns up here. And the crate in the bathroom. Bro, can people just leave me alone? Then again, most of the other places, like motels, stables, the medic house, the villa, are all relatively the same exact spawns, with the addition of a couple crates scattered throughout. Now, it took me a while to get this video together, as the amount of times I kept dying. But again, if you found this video helpful, do make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button, and why not drop a comment, that also helps. But anyways, I appreciate you for watching, I'll catch you in the next. Then at the graveyard, there's loot scattered throughout the graveyard. On the grave. No, at the graveyard, there's loot scattered throughout the graveyard, like on the graves itself. And things like that. Usually there's scavs and a player spawn here. Okay, bro. And you wonder why this video takes so long to make. Why does it keep spawning me here? Why does it keep spawning me here? Hopefully you don't die. Oh. Can I just get one good spawn so I can give this video? Oh, please.